Hi! Okay, so if you are watching this video, it probably means you are one of my customers and you just got your makeup and you're like, how the heck do I use this? So that is why I'm here. I told you I'd be here every step of the way with any help and questions that you have, so here we go. If you're watching this video specifically, it means you probably received one of these two brushes. This is the BBF, or the Best Blend Forever, and this is the B Squared, aka the Blush and Bronzer brush. So before you start your makeup, I always suggest prepping it some way. I like using just a simple moisturizer. It can be any moisturizer you have. If you do use a moisturizer, be sure to let it sink in for 5 to 10 minutes before applying your makeup. It just helps your makeup and everything to go on smoother and last longer as well. So let's say you just got everything out of the mail. You just put your tins in your cute little compact. Yours will look different than mine because mine is customized to myself and yours is obviously customized to you. So just fill up your compact with all your cute colors and let's go ahead and get started. So this BBF brush, you can do your whole entire face with this one brush. If you do have the B Squared, mix it up, use however you want it. You can feel free to ask me any questions that you want as well. Like you can text me, message me through Facebook, Instagram, however we are communicating. So the first thing you're going to do, if I gave you a color correcting color, go ahead and apply that now. I personally like using this big, large, fluffy ant to color correct everything because you can really pat it and dab it on super duper lightly. Or if you have little pesky spots, you can dip into your color corrector and just dab right on with your small end to get into these really tiny little creases and little crevices of your face. And if you have like a larger pimple or spot, you can easily just dab it on with this, or you can even use your finger too, whatever suits you. So now I'm going to go into my highlight color. Once your color corrector is on, you can go ahead and get into your highlight color, which is the one that's going to match your skin tone. So this product goes a very long way. So dab into it a little bit. If it's a brand new tin, it might take a little bit to kind of break that little surface to really get into your color. Your highlight is going to be much creamier than your contour. Your contour you might kind of not dig, but you want to like kind of break it up a little bit more because it's not as creamy as your illuminator, as your highlight, and that is how it's supposed to be. Don't freak out, don't worry, that's how it's supposed to be. So I'm going to take my highlight, a little bit of it, and I just like putting it where I want it to go, and then I just swirl in circular motions. I'm going to start with a light coverage, and if I want, I can always build it back up. So again, just placing it where I want, and then swirling it to really blend and really disperse that product everywhere I want it to go. And if you feel like you really want a good coverage, you can put it all over your face, or if you really just want really light coverage, you can put it just the places where your contour does not go. So, for example, your contour would go in this 3 or this E shape on your face, so you can leave that area out, you can fill in with your highlight, you can do whatever you want because it is your face and your makeup. So just play around with it, see exactly how you like the coverage on your face. But you can see I'm just dabbing a little bit in at a time, going through, placing it where I want, and then swirling it around to really blend it and disperse that product everywhere that I want it to go. So I'll just continue doing that all over my face. And again, I'm doing a very light coverage. You can build it up, do however much coverage that you really want. This is just specifically my favorite way to apply it. And you can already see that coverage I'm getting with just a really light coverage. So if you are doing your under eyes, I will show you a little trick. So if you have two colors, a skin tone color and then also a lighter color, which I feel like majority everyone does, because that is what I always recommend because I think it looks the prettiest on the skin. So when you do your under eye, tap one little tap into your skin color, and I actually like dispersing it to both eyes because you don't want too much product, especially underneath your eyes. And then just ever so lightly and slightly, you can like dab it, you can like do little swiping motions under your eye just to really disperse that product. And again, a little goes a very long way, and especially under your eyes, you do not want a lot of product because your eyes will most likely crease no matter what makeup you use. It's just like a really creaseable area. And then I'm going to put a little bit more and just bring it like the bottom half of my forehead, and then just like back and forth. You can like round it around your temples, have whatever coverage you really want. You can get with this brush and this makeup. Okay, so you can see I left out this area for my contour. And before I get to my contour, I'm just gonna move down the line. Still, same brush, still gonna use that big fluffy end. I'm gonna do a couple dips into my lighter color. And when you're doing a lighter color under your eyes, do not start right here, because that means most of your product is gonna sit right there, a little harder to disperse it down. Start down here, and you can easily disperse the product up to your, this little, what do you wanna call this? I'll just call it your like little eye dimple. Sure, I'll call it a little eye dimple right there. And so you're gonna put it in like this triangle right here. So just keep like feathering it down. You can bring it up and ever so slightly just dab it and pat under your eye. You never wanna sweep under your eye because it's gonna create wrinkles faster than you want to have wrinkles. So just be so gentle. And I'm just bouncing this, as you can see, just bouncing it under my eye. You can put it on your eye if you want coverage there. And look at the brightness right there. It's not just under my eye, it is all down here. So again, 2 dabs, start lower down next to my nose, and then I will just start to bring it up directly under my eye. Because again, you do not want most of your product right there because it's gonna be harder to disperse. And then I'm just feathering it down. You can do on your eyelid as well. And while you're doing this, you still have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. That's why I'm here. I'm here to answer any questions. I can send you a, we can FaceTime, we can Skype, I mean not Skype, we can Zoom call, whatever you need. And I'm going to also put a little tiny bit in the center of my face as well, just to add that brightness right there. Okay, time for contour. So I personally like using this small end and drawing my line on. And I can go back and blend it with large end. So let me do that again. With your contour, you're gonna find this bone right here. You're gonna suck in. You're gonna follow the hollow of your cheek. And you're gonna stop about where the apple of your cheek is, or like your eyebrow of your arch. You do not wanna bring it too far in. You don't want it to be too far out. But again, play with it and see how you like it on your own face, because everyone's face shape is so different. So I'm just keep dabbing it into my contour. I'm just gonna go through and draw my lines all over first. Don't forget your jawline. And then you can also do your nose if you're feeling kind of fancy that day. And I'm drawing 2 lines just on my nose and then connect them on the bottom. So now to blend it out, flip to the big end. And just gonna go in circular motions. You don't wanna ever drag it down. You want it to, as you're doing your circular motions, bring it up. Because the point of contour is to lift your cheekbones. So just blending that out. You're not blending it away. You're softening the line by blending it a little bit. You're gonna go up and down motions, circular motions, back and forth, however you prefer. Neck, you always kind of want to drag it down a little bit. And then forehead, going to just go in circular motions and pushing it back into my hairline. And again, I sweep back and forth. You want to connect it down to the contour on your cheek. And then with your nose, you can just blend like this. Okay. Now with my, actually I'm gonna do a little trick right here. Take a little bit of my lighter color, put that right in the center to bring that light back to my nose right there. Okay. And then with my blush, if you got your B Squared brush, I forgot to mention at the beginning, if you got a B Squared brush and you really like good coverage, you can use this really small end to put on your highlight as well. It packs on really nicely and it covers more area faster as well. But so if you have your blush, you can use either brush. You can use this small end to really stamp it on, and then you can blend out the big ends. You can even blend out your contour with the large end of this B Squared brush. But for the sake of using this brush right here, I'm going to, actually, I'll use 2 different brushes, for one on each cheek. So I'm going to use this big end, and I love Frenchie. If you guys got Frenchie, I love you, because that's my favorite color right now. Smile, and just feather it on. And if you feel like you got too much, just keep blending. Or if you feel like you still got too much even after all this blending, you can just wipe the rest of your brush off and then go into your highlight and just like dab it on and kind of dilute that color a little bit. I personally like the look of a really bright blush. So I love that kind of look. Or if you have the B Squared, these blushes are super pigmented. So be aware when you are dipping into your color and then just blend to the other end. And this large end is really, really good for bronzer as well. But I'm just gonna show you guys this simple basics. And then last thing, your illuminator. Mine is literally basically out. Just use your finger. I find it works the best. And just dab that on. You can put it anywhere your heart desires. I like doing my nose and my brow bone and right above my brow bone, your cupid's bow, your chin, anywhere you want. It is your face, your makeup, do it however you want. So that is how I do my makeup using these two brushes. Another little tip, if you feel like you got like a little messy down here, you can always just dip right into your highlight a little bit and you can clean it up to sharpen that contour a little bit more. Like that. So easy. And then if you want your setting powder, you would set now once everything is kind of on. But that is how I did my makeup using these two brushes. And if you still have questions, you're not sure how to use something, you're kind of worried something didn't come out the same way you liked it, or the same way I did it, keep playing with it. This is a new concept. It's new makeup to you, just like anything else new. You got to practice with it and play with it for a couple days. And if then you still feel like you don't understand how to use it properly, we can do a FaceTime call. I can walk you through it. We can do whatever we need to do to get you loving this makeup as much as I do. So again, any questions, just reach out to me. I'm here to help, and I hope that this really helped you guys.